among you shall rise higher. He shall lend to you, but you shall not lend to him. He shall be the head, and you shall be the tail. 45. Moreover, all these cases shall come upon you and pursue you and overtake you until you are destroyed, because you did not choose which he commanded you. When nations do not obey God, God allows invasion. Look, you are worried about Nigerians and Zambians, Mozambicans. You must see the Chinese. That is your bigger problem. Nigerians, Zambians, these are your brothers. There's no harm. The harm they're giving is very small. It's small little domestic harm. It's big in the sense that some of these things that are happening are terrible, drug abuse and what have you. But I'm saying the scale, the people who can literally change your nation are coming from the East. You are sleeping. You are sleeping. You are busy worried about the guy who's having a spaza shop. You don't see these malls and Chinatowns growing all over the place, and they're not small, they are huge. Replacing the markets of Africa. You must ask them. They'll tell you a story or two about China. Hello. So I am bringing you to understand that the is disobedience to God. When we disobey God, firstly, we must understand our origin. Thanks. When we must understand who we are, our origin, where we come from, what God has given us. Africa is one. It's not divided, please. And the reason why you must know that Africa is one is because South Africa is a very good example that Africa is one. Because South Africa has no name. We are the only nation that is described by our geographical position in Africa. We are the south of Africa. We are not Azania. We are not Zimbabwe. We are not... All other nations have got different names. Every nation has got a name that locates it's a Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Malawi. It's all sorts of names. But when it comes to us, we are called by our position in the continent. We are the only nation that is called South of Africa. That's not a name, it's a description. That's why some political parties were trying to promote the issue of calling us Azania. It never became popular. It died a natural death. Because a nation that has an assignment for the continent will always be named by the continent. South Africa, you have a call to deliver Africa. South Africa, you have an assignment to deliver Africa. South Africa, you have a power to deliver Africa. You must check South African businesses in different parts of Africa. You must check how big they are. MTN, ShopRite. You must just travel, please. Come out of Bisho. Pepa zokuya kwamanye amazwe. Phakamisani izandla. Bangaka abanempepha zokuya kwamanye amazwe. Phakamisani izandla. This is the source of our problem. Now we have found the source of our problem. Bangaki abanganazo impepha problem. Now we have found the source of our problem. Bangaki abanganazo impepha zokuhambela amazwe amanye. This, please, the world must see. Scale all these. The world must see the hands. Bangaka abanganawo amaphepha phakamisani izandla. Go around, my young men. Just show the world how many. These are all the people that do not have passports. That's why you think this is the best thing that has ever happened to mankind. When you cross the borders, The biggest businesses are South African businesses. Konapa Zimbabwe, Botswana, let's to start with. ShopRite is big. Check. In fact, when you're in Botswana, you still think you're in South Africa, particularly in Gaborone. You still think, you don't see any difference. Then you see one or two funny other names, but then the rest is the same name. Pep is everywhere. These are South African businesses. All up to the West Africa. When you go to Nigeria, taken over, it took over, what was the other one? Voda something. Glow, yes, Glow. It just took it over. MTN is the biggest. You must see how many South Africans are in Nigerian airlines. And most of them are white people who are flying to Nigeria. What do you think they're doing? Business. Business. I'm not clever. One little five, if you take 5 rand, 5. Hello? To unlock many of the things. Listen, please travel. Get a burden for Africa, not just for South Africa, for Africa. And see, look, what? These things you take for granted. Infrastructure, roads, proper roads, highways, freeways. You must travel and see if you'll get them. Hello? You must travel and see. You know, from East London to here, it takes about 30 minutes or so. In some parts of the country, of the continent, from East London to King Williamstown, it takes you 2 hours. One, the roads, the way they look. Potholes. You're complaining about potholes here. You don't have potholes here. You don't know what potholes are. You must see what are bathtubs in the middle of the road. Little broken. When you go, you are always navigating. You take longer. You should see traffic. You think you've got traffic in Joburg? There's nothing. You don't know traffic. You don't know traffic. In Cape Town, Joburg, we don't know traffic in our country. You must see traffic that deadlocks for 6 hours. Aberdeen, Expressway, Lagos. 6 hours. Because there's one big truck there that's not moving, not going anywhere. It will take South Africans to understand their prophetic mandate for Africa and bring those kinds of mindset. You see, because if you know, you say don't say come to Africa. South Africa looks like the West. Our nation is very developed. It looks like the West. You must really go to other parts of the country, of the continent. Then you will appreciate why South Africa must be the breadbasket of the continent. And then you will appreciate why our national anthem has got our mandate. Every nation, their national anthem speaks of the assignment. The national anthem is a prayer that actually prays for Africa. I've always been happy about the particular on the Father's land. 80 blue skies in the depths of our seas, over the mountains of our nation. So it's the Afrikaans part is the one that's priding itself about the land. That tells you how close Afrikaners are to the land. Is out to shoot. You think you're just going to take that land? The people, the land is, it's here. Even in the words they said, they see. Because those words, they mean landscapes. Sounds the call to come together. Now, at least the British, the English are talking about unity and other things, and united we shall stand and blah, 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 all that stuff. But the Afrikaans portion is about on the land. It's a land, it's our land. So you still have another battle there. So you can as well. Hello. Now, Africa is complicated because there are people who are not of African descent. Complicated. Is the English complicated? No. There are people who are not of African descent. Now, their descendancy is not 4 or 5 generations down. They were born here. So they don't, if they go up, if they go to Europe, they say, who are you? They are not received. So if they are Africans by virtue of being born here. So what shall you do? Will you fight them and say, you're not African? So you must understand that while that is a complex problem, we are making it more complex by a continental ignorance. What I'm preaching now, because it's gonna, let's embrace who we are. We are one Africa. Everybody say one Africa. Elects, but one Africa. One Africa. Amen. Of the other thing we're doing just now, the prayer. Zion, try to fix mindsets. Hello? Yeah, we've got fixed mindsets. I go hambe, kaulandi passport. Just that's the most spiritual thing you can ever do for yourself. Go and apply for a passport, so that you may learn how to pray. And that's not my idea for Barcelona. And a few other SADC region areas, Mozambique, whatever. There are certain things you begin to learn. One thing you can learn from West Africans is hard work. No. The ones you see around here are not working hard enough. No, they are happy here. You must go to West early in the morning. They are carrying things. Hard work. Lagos is West. Okay, there's Nigeria and then there's Lagos. You understand most difference. It's like Lagos is part of Nigeria, but Lagos, it's a culture by itself. It's like if you have Johannesburg and Pretoria. Though Marabastad is a Pretoria, but there's Marabastad and then there's Pretoria. Give me an example up at Eastern Cape. Huh? Oh, there's Mthatha and there's Eastern Cape. Batsho ke abantu base bangapha kwenciba. Nizawubethwa. Kuthiwa there's Mthatha and then there's Eastern Cape. You know, when you get to Mthatha, I could agree to a certain extent. When you get to Mthatha, you see an interesting scene. Just the jam of the traffic. You see, we have a place here in King Williamstown where the taxis are. King Williamstown, where the taxis are. That street. What do you call that street? Yeah, it's a strata sonke. Sijikela ngapha. Eh? Apolweni. Kwapolweni. Siyama ubholo wabantu. Phaka bholweni. Ibizwa ntoni? Phaka bholweni. Ibizwa ntoni? Buffalo Street. Yeah. Phansi taxi. Nayibona mosona. You take that thing and you multiply it by. You take that thing and you multiply it by a few square meters. That would be Mthatha. A couple. You will appreciate people's hard work, their work ethic, the labor, the waking up, the pushing, the toiling, the trying. And that is what we are supposed to do instead of stealing. Utsotsi lula umsebenzi katsotsi. Lula gqitha umsebenzi katsotsi. Wena qokelela xa uyifumene yonke. Izoyicela. Lula nje umsebenzi katsotsi. Tsotsi akho nto ngamandla yenza. Tsotsi nje waits for you to accumulate. When you've accumulated, it comes. He breaks in and takes it. Or if he doesn't want to break in, he comes nicely. He puts a gun and says, "Can I please have?" No, today's thieves are very sophisticated. They don't do any violence. They just come, they put a gun there, they say, look, it depends. If you want to be rough, we can be rough. If you want to be nice, we can be, and that's it. I tell you. They come to your house, they ask for your car. They're coming at my visitor. Hey, molweni njani? Oh, all right, thank you. And they say, oh, what? They're coming at my visitor. Hey, molweni njani? Oh, all right, thank you. And they say, oh, welcome, come in. They sit and then they put a, while you're about to pour drinks for them to sit, and then they put a gun on top of the table and say, is that your car outside? Can we have the keys, please? If you just nicely, no struggle, can we have the keys and we go? But very polite. And they go. And if you are foolish, you die. Because it's foolishness to try and fight. I always say to people, when you are being challenged, don't fight, just cooperate to save your life. Because people can kill you for a cell phone, for a stupid thing that you can replace tomorrow morning. And your life is irreplaceable. Don't be stupid. Don't be foolish. Hello? Especially men. Women, yeah, I understand. Men, something happens in a man, you become provoked. You know, your testosterone shoots up. And you think, look, you will die a foolish death. With a young man who's carrying a gun, or a child whose finger is itching to shoot. So don't be foolish. Even when they ask for your car, nicely say, guys, wonderful, the petrol is full, you can drive it, no problem. Enjoy the car. It's a very nice car. Go. Because that thing, don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. I know we are not supposed to be talking like this. We're supposed to be saying fighting, but this is the world we are living in. So don't be foolish and do foolish things. Just surrender the keys and whatever. Say, thank you guys, take care of my car, please. Don't be rough. You know, it's wonderful. There it is. Goes and they go. Instead of fighting and say what, and say to, I won't even report you. Don't worry, go. Because some of them tell you, look, we are at work. Sorry, we are at We are at work. This is it's an order. This is it's an ordered. This is an order. We are here to collect the order. It's not us. It's an order. It's not us. It's an order. God, so you nicely behave. Don't be foolish and lose your life. Don't be foolish and lose your life. Don't fight for a car and lose your life. Please. Even a wallet. Let them take the wallet. You'll replace all those. You understand? Please. Now, you will appreciate living in other nations because you see the work ethic. We need that high level of work ethic as Africans to make sure that our nation becomes fruitful. So please, South Africa, to go to my actual message. Please, Africa is one. How many Africas do we have? One Africa. Please. How many Africas do we have? One Africa. Various dialects, but one Africa. In fact, where they are going, the AU is still trying to negotiate a possibility of crossing borders without any visa requirements in all African states. When you're a US citizen, United States of America, you don't need a visa to move from one state to another state, from one state to another, Alabama state, Dundee state, New York state, whatever state. No, it's various states, but they're all united. You move across. So same thing, they want gonna happen anyway. And some of you may even have grandchildren whose surname African. You better get used to it and love them, because God will children because you realize they are my own blood. Kanye wena one issues uthi uzakwenza intombi yakhe ichate umuntu angaphandle wena kanye onento God, you who have a particular problem, God will cause your daughter to marry a foreigner so that it deals with your attitude. So that it deals with your attitude. I must stop this thing. Are you learning anything? If you are learning anything, say amen. Wow. Africa is one, people. Africa is one nation.